Next segment tonight, we continue our reporting on the southern border chaos. In the past 8 months, the Border Patrol says nearly 50,000 minors have entered the USA without any adult supervision at all. Little kids are showing up, getting across the border, now being warehoused by the federal government. Joining us from Tucson, Art Del Cueto, Border Patrol agent and president of the local union down there. So, what's going on right now with these kids? I guess a lot of them are being bused from Texas to Arizona because Texas can't handle the numbers. Is that what's happening?
Correct, sir. What's going on is they're being actually flown from Texas to Arizona. The issue is here in Arizona, down near the border, there's a town called Nogales, and we have a processing center there that's more able to handle the amount of the volume, you would say, of these individuals.
All right, so they're being flown on what? Chartered airlines, military? Who's flying them over from Texas to Arizona?
My understanding, it was chartered airlines, but I'm not positive on how it is. Okay. I just know they're being flown here to Arizona.
We talked to the Border Patrol guy in McAllen, Texas yesterday, and he said every day there's hundreds of these kids coming over in his sector. In the Arizona sectors, is it the same way? Are you seeing this tremendous influx of children coming into your state?
It's not so much the children here in our area. The area where I patrol in the Arizona border, we are more into the drug cartels and drug smuggling into the country.
All right, so you're not seeing what you're seeing in Texas, which is a bigger border. It's easier to cross there. Now, once they get to Nogales and the center there, what happens to the children?
Well, once they get there, they're properly processed. They're asked where they're from, where they're headed, and we have medical staff on standby there, continuously watched and make sure that they don't have any illness, any diseases. They're also getting vaccinated.
The ACLU says they're being chained, abused, starved, and all of that. You've heard those accusations?
I heard those accusations yesterday. I can assure you I was there. I know what's happening. I've seen the way it's being handled, and our agents that are working these areas are more than professional. What's not being told is some of these agents are bringing toys from their own homes, bringing it to these kids.
Okay, we have no doubt that we don't believe the ACLU, although I'm sure there have been some abuses when the numbers are so big. Now, why did this happen? Why in the past 8 months have 50,000 unaccompanied minors crossed into the United States? Why?
Well, what I have asked, I was there and I spoke to the children and I asked them directly. I said, well, what caused you to do this, to come here? I mean, there's a lot of them. And I pretty much got the same answer from all the individuals I spoke to, and it was the media down there and in their Central America is letting them know that right now is the time to come to America, and they'll pretty much get a free ticket. There's also religious groups that are speaking to these individuals and telling them right now is the time. If you go down there, the chances of you getting sent back or deported back to your native country are slim to none.
And is that true?
We're turning them over. Border Patrol is turning them over to ICE, and ICE is in charge of the relocation. We know that some were being bused and being reunited with their family members, and a lot of those family members that they're being reunited to are here in the United States.
Do you know of any of these children sent back to their homes?
I'm not aware of any at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there are any. We haven't heard of any of them, and the adults that come with them also stay. Now, how do they get through Mexico? I mean, Mexico's got a southern border with Guatemala. That's not an easy trip, going from Honduras, El Salvador, up to here. And I'm sure there are Mexican kids in there, too. How do they get through Mexico?
Smuggling organizations within Mexico are charging these individuals, these kids, a high number of money to bring him into the United States.
So the parents pay the money down in Honduras or wherever, and then they get the ticket to take the kid up, right?
Somebody's paying the money. Some of these kids that are coming, they're already equipped with their phone numbers of who they're going to contact in the United States. Many times it's their parents. So I would assume that their parents are already in the United States, and that's who's fronting the money.
Why isn't Mexico stopping them at the southern border?
You'd have to ask Mexican immigration that question.
Come on, Mr. Del Cueto, you know why they're not stopping them. Why don't you tell us?
I think we all know why they're not stopping them.
Then tell us, because you're a person of authority. Tell us why the Mexicans are not stopping this mass of humanity coming El Norte.
You'd honestly have to ask them.
What is your opinion?
We've heard stories. My opinion, and I've spoken to a lot of these individuals that I've arrested, and they pay bribes when they come through Mexico in order to get to America.
The coyotes do this. The human smugglers pay bribes.
The human smugglers pay bribes to different Mexican authorities in order to come all the way up here.
All right. All right, Mr. Del Cuetro, we appreciate you coming on tonight.